what is up to date. I mean, just the concept of up to date is a problematic one. Another element is threat history. At least a very strong demand of NAC vendors is to pretty much understand, is the machine infected or not? And that's something that is being, and pretty much I'd like to get some aspect or some at least visibility to the threat history at this endpoint. Another element is an authenticity check, which means I like to make sure that that's Symantec, or that's McAfee, that's Kaspersky, that's Avira, or that's F-Secure, and nobody else spoofed the security system, the security center, nobody else spoofed the executables. Another element that's also important is patch management, to know if the machine itself is patched, the personal firewall configuration. There is a pre-admission check to the network, which means I'd like to make sure that the antivirus is on before actually any user or any endpoint actually logs onto the network, and then there is a post-admission check. Post-admission means that after a user is on the network, I'd like to make sure and keep querying him, checking him, hey, what's the status of the return protection? What's the old definition file? Let's make sure that, and let's say the user connected to the network for 5 days or a week. I'd like to keep checking him. I mean, maybe he compromised, maybe he turned off his return protection, maybe. So post-admission check is also very important. And then there will be the remediation. Go and clean, fix the situation. You can fix the situation automatically, or you can fix it with some user interaction. The first thing is trigger the AV real-time protection. That's a very common one. Update the antivirus. Perform a full system scan in terms of quarantine the user and perform a full system scan. Patch the endpoint, or turn on the firewall, or block a port, which also would be a very common remediation actions. This research here, it's a BDINS in the group that actually perform a research here on what customers are actually looking at NAC features. You're looking at pretty much authentication as the #1 requirements. Obviously, you'd like to make sure that everybody logs on to the network is authenticated. I'm not sure if there was a single person that said that it's not so important, I guess. And that's, I would just remove that from the chart. Determining if antivirus is running comes as second. Determining if known or suspected malicious code is present is also very important, which means I'd like to get visibility to the threat history. And so on, it goes for other configuration of the anti-malware with lots of emphasis of the anti-malware. So the industry is really asking for that, and that's a survey that was done by INS for 74 NAC users. A little bit about health agent technology, how health agent technology is being implemented. So there are two common ways to actually go ahead and implement health agent technology. One is by monitoring network traffic. What you see right now on the screen is how CA updates. So I know that from this IP, I see some traffic to a CA update website. I can actually see the complete transaction. So if I sniff to the traffic, I can add some visibility about this MAC address and about this IP and how healthy it is from the, again, compliance standpoint. Is there an antivirus there? Is it updated? Another element is, which is much more popular, is via code running on the endpoint. Via code running on the endpoint could be several elements. It could be a browser plugin, it could be executable, it could be an application, it could be a daemon, it could be an RPC call. So everything is eventually assembly running on the endpoint. What I did here is actually a chart here that pretty much just goes over a comparison here between the technologies, the health agent technologies that interacts with anti-malware, and what does it mean in terms of pre-admission, post-admission after reboot, does it work as VS, and update process. It's pretty trivial, so pretty much you can see that the browser plugin, if you're looking at the pre-admission, then it is great, or post-admission, you can't really enforce an ActiveX, or if somebody closed the browser, you can't really enforce that. Post-admission after every reboot also could be problematic. Working as VS, and the update process and that feasibility. Okay, now we come actually to an interesting question. why should you guys really care, and why should you really partner with NAC? Why is NAC really interesting for you? So first, interoperability equals business. And why interoperability equals business will go into several steps. CW, I go to CW, I'm trying to buy a Cisco ASA and Kaspersky antivirus. Sorry if I offended anybody. It's going to work together. I'm going to call CW and return my order back because it didn't interoperate. I mean, it's very easy to change each one of these components. So interoperability definitely equals business. Competitive defense. What you see here is a website of the government of Maine. And what you see here on this website, it allows employees of the financial departments to log on remotely from home to the servers and work from home. It requires to have a predefined list of antivirus being used or being used by the end users before they log on. And you can see the list of antivirus applications here. If you are not in the list, it means that you cannot work from home. If you work for the government domain, you need to actually uninstall your security application, install one that is supported. Another example is Cal Poly, another university. And actually here, the sysadmin, the IT management, again, provide a list of antiviruses. If you want to have access to the network, fine, there's a huge list, go figure out. I mean, we use whatever you like to. You guys want to be in this list, and I'm sure you recognize it. Another example, another university, actually the examples of university are very easy to find because it's not behind any corporate, and usually not behind any corporate firewall. Pretty much they just endorse McAfee. You can use any other antivirus that the NAC solution or the help agent work with. So if you are not in the list, pretty much they're gonna encourage you to use what they have or they have licensed. What you see right now on the screen is a Cisco Clean Access client. This client is a health agent. This health agent did not detect an antivirus installed on the endpoint. It could be true, it could not be. So if you're not detected, the next step is going to be by Cisco Clean Access, you're going to be redirected to a web portal. This web portal, because again, before you actually log on to the network, you need to be in compliance. We're going to actually ask you to install an antivirus, and once you actually go ahead and install the antivirus, the first thing that you actually see on the antivirus, hey, Panda detected that eTrust antivirus is installed, it's going to actually uninstall it for you. Another element and another reasons is that anti-malware companies play in the NAC space. Sophos is a solution with acquisition of Trend Micro, with acquisition of Enforce. Trend Micro acquired a developed VirusWall. Symantec acquired Cyget and Whole Security, and McAfee as an introvert as a security solution. Another element and another reason is branding, which means what you see right now here is a policy management of Cisco. In this policy management, you actually see a sysadmin requiring specific antivirus to log on to the network. I mean, before you log on to the network, that's pretty much how NAC define the health check on that. You'd like to be on the list just because that is branded. So I'm sure that the smaller APs will be really attracted by that. Same with Juniper. What you see right now on the screen, Juniper SSL VPN solution. That's the tipping point recon, tipping point solution of their NAC solution. That's an interesting integrated integration with the IPS, and pretty much you see a list of antiviruses that are supported. Nortel, F5 Firetest, which is an SSL VPN solution. Either. Another element is reputation. I mean, I touched that before, which is pretty much talking about the authenticity of your binaries. I mean, if another applications will come over and will say, I am F-Secure or I am Kaspersky to a NAC solution, you wouldn't like to be in the situation. I mean, if we're